Welcome to The Clown is Down, where you can get mad at us for our opinions. This is Keith,
And I'm Pete.
and in each episode, we will be bringing out our innermost feelings about a wide variety of subjects, from action figures to crosswalks.
Movies to beluga whales.
So sit back and give us a listen.
Remember, we're doing this for you.
Double remember, it's just an opinion. Welcome to The Clown is Down. This is Keith.
And this is Pete.
And it's time for a new episode. Man, we haven't done one of these. I feel like we haven't done one of these in a minute.
Episode. We haven't done an episode in a minute because real life happens. So we haven't done an episode. So here we are. Oh. Man, that blows.
Wow. I'm glad you mentioned that, Pete.
Yeah. The king of segues.
Because on today's episode, we're going to talk about leaf blowers.
Yes, love them or hate them. We're going to discuss yard tools.
I feel like
look at that content.
I feel like some people are going to be mad at us for our opinion.
I don't think they'll be mad at us. I think everybody's got their own opinion on leaf blowers, and I don't think a podcast is changing that opinion. I think
with leaf blowers, it's such a divisive subject, man. I mean, like, people just hate them like passionately. And
do they hate leaf blowers, or do they hate at what time of day they're used?
I think it's all the above, because there's more than that. There's about being bad for the environment and blowing away the bees.
They blow away bees? There's so much about leaf blowers. I don't know.
There's a lot of.
I'm gonna get educated.
Well, I mean, my education on it so far is just keeps growing and growing and growing, especially this time of year when spring's coming up, because I'm next door. Because they're very passionate. Like, it's that time of year, like it pops up. The questions everybody starts petitions to ban leaf blowers, and
that's dumb.
And going back to what you were saying about the sound, people just, when people started working from home more, I don't think they realize,
what goes on during the day.
Yeah, how alive a neighborhood is with landscaping companies or just people doing their yard work.
Yeah,
I mean, not everybody does it on Saturday and Sunday.
No, not everyone does. Not everyone does.
I did look up one of the first leaf blowers and who invented it. And I'm probably
and it was the wind.
I'm going to butcher some names here.
Are we going to go back to the 1800s?
Oh, well, maybe 1890. No, 1800s. In fact, this is I think the date is 1947.
Okay. Post-war.
Yeah. So the leaf blower originated in 1947 as a backpack fogger apparatus by the Kyoritsu Noki Company that was based in Japan.
All right.
In 1955, the first design was for a backpack blower misting machine. That's what it said. Backpack blower misting machine.
Like, what do you mean, like a fogger, like to get rid of insects?
By 1972, the Kyoritsu, I want to say that right, I really do. The Kyoritsu Corporation of America established themselves in the US of A, invented the first leaf blower in 1977, then changed its name to Echo.
All right.
In 1978. Now, apparently, when I was looking this up, there's another guy named Aldo Vandermolen. It's said to have be the first one to invent it as well, but he has no patent or any provided dates or just no documentation whatsoever.
He just said he did it. Yeah.
And it was I think from crop dusting machines.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All of that makes perfect sense, but sorry, buddy, you didn't get a patent. Don't be a dummy.
So, leaf blowers. Gas. I guess what we should talk about is
gas or electric.
Well, that's the I guess that's what we're going to be talking about in this episode is the for me the hate for it. Like, I look, I have 4 leaf blowers. It is like my own little squad out there. They could each represent, this like bad batch kind of way. I have a backpack blower. I've got a handheld one. Both those are gas. And then I have an electric one and a mini one that's battery powered.
So I think the real question is, why do you hate the environment? No, that's fine. I think before we get into all the many different types of leaf blowers, gas, electric, all that, I think the first question we've got to ask is, how early is too early to start blowing your leaves or yard work in general? I mean, grass cutting and all that. I don't think people hate leaf blowers per se. I think they hate the idea of being woken up by, some idiot out there like myself blowing leaves off a driveway at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. How early is too early to start yard maintenance?
I guess it Monday through Friday, I'll see companies roll down the road at like 7:30. They start earlier because I used to landscape them, and remember we started at 6 a.m.
That's so dumb.
But
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
The first things you would do in the morning would be like, say, like if you wanted to go plant bushes or something like that. Right. It was easier to do first thing because it's just
not as hot. It's easy.
Yeah, it's not as hot.
And you're not cranking things up.
But I think during the week, and I don't know. I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem with it. Weekends.
So you wouldn't have any problem with your neighbor getting out at 7 a.m. and cutting the grass?
My neighbor cuts all the houses around me, and he starts at 8 o'clock on the dime, and he only does one house a day that are around us. And so at 8 o'clock, I hear the lawnmower firing up. No matter so he could be do my next door neighbor, my neighbor's neighbor, the people behind us, his yard, his neighbor. He starts.
He doesn't do your yard.
No, I'm not paying him. I ain't paying anybody to do my yard.
I'm paying my yard. I'll cut it at 8 o'clock.
I know. So
I think 8's reasonable. I think 8 is absolutely reasonable to do yard maintenance. I think if you're complaining about it at 8, I don't really think you got a dog in that fight. I think at 8 o'clock, the majority of the world is up and rolling. And, unless you work a night job, doing something, trying to sleep through it. I can see your gripe there, but come on, man, sun came up. The world is moving.
Now on the weekends, I could see how a lot of people wanted to start at 10. Right. I could totally see that. But
10 is no. At 10 by 10 o'clock.
Oh no, I'm not saying that I want to start at 10. I'm just saying I can see how people want it to start at 10 so they can sleep in.
Those people don't. You do yard work in the summer in Georgia. Yeah, that's no. At 10 o'clock, you should either be in the throes of it or deciding you're just going to skip it for the day. So that's my feeling on that. Is I'm okay with like 7 during the week. I think I could be okay with that, and 8 on the weekends. I mean, people get up, they want to get shit done. They want to have their weekends too, and not everybody sleeps in. But there is some ebb and flow. I mean, and your neighbors, and if you want to stay on good terms with your neighbors and be cool with everybody, if you know that your next door neighbor is a bartender and you could wait a little while, because they do sleep in, I would probably be polite and be like, oh, well, Jim Bob next door, he probably got in at like 3 o'clock and that's his usual schedule. I don't want to go run my weed whacker up next to his house. That's fine. Cause we get along, we're cool. He has me over. But if it's one of those things where, they're coming down, fall down drunk every night, rolling in at 3, I'm like, if you're just out partying, I got things to do, man. I'm getting it done. I'm sorry that you're sleeping in and I'm waking you up, but I got things to do, man. I'm a grown boy. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, because I like to get out and just knock it out. And I know that I think what sucks is sometimes there are times when my neighbor will get done cutting his grass, and then I start. So I could see how like someone thinks that someone's been out there blowing leaves for like hours at a time. It's really like maybe 2 or 3 different people. They just kind of end up starting. It's just bad timing. And I've actually, after reading so many arguments about it on about people getting fired up about it, I actually took note to that. And like when I hear him on the weekends or when it's time for me to do yard work, if I hear him outside and he's like right next door to me doing it, or doing one of the properties next door, I go out and do mine. I do it at the same time. And just
so
to get it
it's
done.
kind of, he sets the tone of when it all gets
done.
Who's arguing about
not everybody.
I'm not getting on the Nextdoor app. You know my thoughts and feelings on the Nextdoor app.
Man, you get on there and they just get on there and it's just like it is like 85% leaf blowers should be banned.
What time are they expecting things to get done? If their problem is, I mean, are they willing to come rake your yard?
I've seen people post that, and I think that too. I'm like, dude, I was like,
I mean,
what do you want me to do? And they I like how the
raking leaves sucks.
Yeah,
it does. It has got to be one of my least favorite chores, is raking leaves. Leaf blowers, man, holy shit. I don't even like those people. Yeah, I don't even like those people. And I'd go blow their yard off.
But like, yeah, that's one of the big arguments. Like, I hate that what I'm told I'm supposed to do instead of that. Like when I've seen people offer that, say, hey, why don't you just come do it for free then if you don't want me to use it? And they're like, no, it's a good exercise for their family. The family can get together and you rake. It's great for your exercise. It's great for it's like, don't tell me how to relax.
Come over here. I can barely get my kids out the front door, much less get them to rake a yard. You can get bent next door. So don't go on that trash app. Go, good for the family. Look, man, I'm out there with my earbuds in. I'm taking a break at that point. I'm playing some very loud, violent music and just pretending that leaf blower is a flamethrower. And the last thing I need is somebody to get in my way at that point.
Yeah, because for me, I've got all right. My back has been jacked up for like about a year now, and the thought of having to rake leaves, and it's like if I have a feel good day, I wake up, I'm like, cool, I can do this. I'll get out there, go with the leaf blower, I get it all into a pile.
Knock it out, man.
Bag it up. I do this thing where I do bag mulch, if it's leaf time. But if it's if I'm just doing regular yard work, I blow everything into the yard, mulch it, and then I come back around, I blow again and blow it back all off the streaks. Oh, that is one thing I hate that to put out there. I hate when people just blow their trimmings into the street.
Yeah, I don't.
That drives me up the wall.
I'm not a fan of that. And I rode a motorcycle for a little while, and that was something that I was worried about was wet leaves or anything in the street that's just dangerous. So don't do that, people. Don't be trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they would be upset. Like, I understand that, it's hard, I guess. People complain about leaf blowers and other like 2-cycle engines, lawnmowers. Oh, polluted. They're not good for the environment. They're not, you live in the middle of a metropolitan city. You're hardly in a position to tell me that, you going green on your quarter of an acre is great. That's great. You're doing your part and that is awesome. But I got an acre and a half here and I have a lot of hardwood trees with a lot of leaves, man. And I'm not raking that shit. And like I said, my kids aren't raking it either. So if you want to take that drive to Cherokee County and come rake my leaves for me, yes, absolutely. I will take you up on that 110% of the time.
I think that every time I read those arguments, I'm like, I could either easily, I could just spend the whole day out there just raking and then having a pause, bagging, raking and bagging. Or I could go out there and spend 30, 45 minutes total of time and be done with it. Like, get it in the piles and mulch it down or what have you. Or like while I'm blowing it in the piles, I'll be like, the lady that married me could go out there and she could just put them in bags.
Yeah. What's even better is get yourself a fire pit or a burn barrel, and just dump them in there. And I'll tell you, this is where a leaf blower comes in even handier. You use your leaf blower to fire the fire pit. You're pumping oxygen into the fire pit, and it just burns hotter and faster. So you burn more. And I know that's like
I don't think we could burn down here.
that's the anti-green, but I can take all of these leaves and I can burn them even faster with a leaf blower, because I can hook it up to a little flume, and I crank it up. I don't even have to crank it up high. I can just run it like on low and lock it in, and just have it pumping air into it, like forced air, and it just gets white hot, and I can keep dumping leaves, and it's, it like it burns off the smoke. So there's not that much smoke because it's all coming so fast. So it's terrible for the environment. And I really only do it like once a year when it's like a major leaf day, because the leaves will fall in layers. You get a couple falling, you have to get out there, and then a few more will fall, but then you'll get that like one big weekend where everything gets dumped. So you just fire it. It's just it's great. You're throwing logs, like logs are burning up in like 15 minutes. It's great.
I think there's a few people probably listening that are just probably steaming
Just
right
saying,
now.
they are so like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, look, I get some basic kindling, and I douse it in gasoline to start it quickly, because I don't have time to I don't need a slow burn to build the fire up. I got to get it going. I have a lot of leaves, so I just dump some gas on it, and I just throw a book of matches on it. It goes up, and then I turn that on, the leaf blower on, just on a low constant, just a low constant of forced air. It's forced air, and it just burns it. It's so fast. It's just great.
So, but the other argument I see is, other than just saying if you're not going to use rakes, use electric and not the two-stroke, gas engines. And I tried that. I did. When I first moved into this house, I got a corded, I got an electrical one,
Right.
because at the time, battery power ones sucked. they were.
I was gonna say that
They
the
were.
battery powered equipment has come a long
It has
way.
come a long
It has
way.
come a- and there is a place for it. I'm not saying that
Mhm.
there's not,
Yeah.
there are even honestly, a house like yours, your property is, while you do have a lot of leaves, you have a smaller footprint. One of those larger pack batteries probably would work out for you pretty well. The
It,
newer things.
yeah. It does. It doesn't. But like if it's wet leaves, it's still.
Yeah, wet leaves are
Yeah,
it's
it's
going to
not
be a
coming up.
problem for anybody. That's
But
gonna be a problem for anybody.
but like but so I got the corded one. It's like
Yeah.
it's good for a pinch. You know what I mean? Like if I don't have any gas or the battery's dead in one, or the gas. But like I haven't used it in years, because you would have to like connect. Like, I mean, I went out, bought one of the
You need like
longest.
several extension
Yeah,
cords.
so I got the longest one. I found one. I think I spent like $80 on on um on one cord that's just one piece. You know what I mean? So I can
Right.
stretch it, do my whole property with. And but still, even then, like if it just comes out of the thing, it'll pop out. And
You gotta walk all the way back.
it's
It's a pain in the ass. I have a backpack blower now. My boss gifted me like an industrial. I had a little handheld blower when I lived in the city, and it held up. I got it one Christmas, and man, I was just sick of raking. I hated raking. Like I said, I hated raking. And my mom gifted me one Christmas a handheld leaf blower, just one that you'd get from Lowe's or whatever. And that thing lasted forever. And then when we moved out to this house, which is considerably larger footprint of land, and a lot more trees, it would just take forever. It took forever to get the job done. Literally, I was out there for hours just blowing, and just it felt like I was just losing the battle every time I went out there. And it finally died. It finally gave up the ghost. And I tried to fix it, but it just gave up the ghost. And I was like, you lived a good long life, and gave him a good send off. And I bought an exact replica of that one, that whatever, the newer model, but the same thing. And it lasted like 2 or 3 weeks, and it just died. It just could not handle it. And I got frustrated. My boss gifted me a serious like industrial backpack blower. Holy shit. I'll never go back. It's amazing. It's so there is a tool for the job. I firmly believe that is my mantra in life, that there is a tool for every job. There's a correct tool for every job. And I was using an incorrect tool when I was leaf blowing my yard. And now I have the correct tool. And it's just, it makes it so much, my time is worth more than, I'm sorry about the environment. Maybe I should stop burning all the leaves at once and in my fiery hell pit. But if I can finish, it was taking me 2.5 hours with a handheld leaf blower to do my yard. I can do the same thing in literally 30 minutes with this thing. It's amazing. And it's cool, man. I feel like a Ghostbuster. I'm not going to lie. I got the backpack and I've got the gun in my hand and I feel like I want to buy a jumpsuit just to do yard work.
I have the backpack blower, which I like because I like you said, I like putting it on. I like putting it on.
That's half of it. If I could
so
just
fun.
Do that.
Just putting that thing on your back and like
I'm not gonna lie, that's a big selling point for me.
Yeah, but it does suck on the roof. I don't like using it for gutters. That's when I like my handheld one, and I get on the roof with the handheld gas, blow it out. I get in the corners really well and knock everything into the center.
Hey, right tool for the job.
Exactly.
Right tool for the job.
And but surprisingly, the battery operated one, I use that for so many things. It's like, that was great to blow off an art project I just made, like something I cut up.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Or just a little sidewalk. It's perfect for like, just a little light duty. Speaking of the noise of it, that's like one of the things that would read on the arguments on it's just people just going off, just talking about how like I just hear it all day long. It's just like, I'm trying to have peace and quiet. I'm trying to work. And
you don't get to gripe like that if you live in a major metropolitan area. I'm sorry. You don't. You live, when I lived in the city, I knew I lived in a flight path for a major airport.
I want a flight path next to a hospital.
Yeah,
next to a highway.
Yeah. We would get hospital air traffic and the Hartsfield International Airport. But we were the descent route was right over our house, and we live by highway, and it's part and parcel of living in the city. It's you don't if you want that kind of tranquility and peace and quiet, you can't expect it. If you live in a city, you cannot expect it. It's nice when it happens. It's great when it happens. But if that's what you're looking for, move. At the end of the day, that's why people move out of the city, is because they want that quiet and they want that tranquil life. And some people thrive on the noise and that there's something always going on. I think I'm one of those people where I like, if it's too quiet, I get too nervous. Like I get nervous.
I'm with you on that.
If it's too quiet, I'm kind of, I don't get worried, but I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable
you feel fidgety.
Silence. Yeah, very fidgety. And there are times when I do appreciate it. If I go on a hike, it's great. If I'm out in the woods, it's fantastic. But I don't know. I lived next to a train yard for a while, and I loved it. I'd have my window open at night, and I'd hear the train cars banging around. It was a big transfer terminal right in downtown Atlanta. I lived 1,000 feet from it, and I loved that at night. It would put me to sleep. It would lull me to sleep. The sounds of the city. I loved it, man. I loved it. Too quiet is, I like it every once in a while, but I'll get a little sketched out, and I'm like, it's quiet. It's too quiet.
It's like that sheep called Katie.
Yeah, I understand that now. That it's too quiet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because I do like to have them. I like to have some. I like the background noise, and I've gotten used to I can sit outside, and I don't know. Sometimes when I'm out there, I'm like, oh, it's nice and quiet, and then sometimes the airplanes be flying over, but they're
you think it's quiet, but then if you start listening, it's not really quiet. It's just not as loud as it normally is. You notice that you still hear the cars, you still hear the planes, you still hear the helicopters, and you're like, oh, it's not as bad as it normally is. So,
this is nice.
Which I guess is, for some people it's okay. That's what they enjoy. They like that. So I think people that have a problem with leaf blowers don't do a lot of yard work. I don't know, man. It's a convenience. We don't, you know,
Yeah.
why work harder, man?
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, it would save the earth. I get that. I understand. I'm gonna stop my hell bits. Um, I'll stop doing that. But I mean, I've got two kids, like I said, who won't come out and do the yard, and it has to get done. I've got to do it clearly,
Yeah.
but I still want to see them. I still want to spend time with them. Why would I not get this knocked out and add value to my life and see my kids and have that done and have my, have the yard looking good and or as good as it can. And, then I can go spend time with my kids and hang out and do some stuff, to take a rest on the weekend after I've worked all week.
Yeah. Yeah. The last thing I mean, I just want to knock the yard out and be done with it. I mean,
Yeah.
it used to, it used to be something I didn't mind going out and doing and spending some time like just disappearing into, but there's just those weekends, where just like I just need to get this done so I can get out.
Because I have 100 other things to do.
Yeah, I gotta
my
go.
Kids have things. Yeah,
because
something else has to get done in the house.
Because see, if I don't do the yard work, then people will probably start complaining on next door that their yard is.
You gotta get off that app. You have to get. Don't worry about what they think.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's just funny to me. Like it's just like it's like
unless you're getting content for this show, then
yeah. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's like, if I do it this way, I'm gonna get yelled at. If I don't do it that way, I'm gonna get yelled at. And
so if you're gonna get yelled at, just do it the however works best for you. Then at that point, just screw them, screw everything they think, and just do what works best for you.
I like my leaf blowers, man. I like all four of them.
I'm a fan. I only have one. It gets it done. It handles business. It handles business. It's a showstopper. I like it. I'm a fan. I'll never go back to a handheld though. That thing is, I'm gonna baby this thing. I'm gonna take care of it. I will never go back to a handheld one. It's I don't care how small of a property I have in the future or how large I will always wear a backpack because it's fun. I like putting it on and gearing up and getting ready to go out and fight the battle against the lawn and the leaves and it's great.
I mean, you wear headphones, right? When you
absolutely, I wear headphones and I wear ears and eyes every time.
So yeah, I've definitely put on the headphones because I will say they are loud. I mean, they are loud, but
I mean, you have a motor strapped to your back. Of course, it's loud.
And I'm trying to get it done as fast as possible. You know what I mean? I'm being courteous of my neighbors. I don't start till later. Like I said, either when my neighbor's doing it, or I try to start.
You let them break the ice. You let them break
every time.
Ice. All right.
But then again, I don't have to worry about it because he's always out there. It's just I'm just like wonder if I can get it going at the same time he's doing it.
Yeah. It's time it just right. Maybe get the whole neighborhood going at once instead of giving myself a heart attack raking, which I'm sure is great exercise, and I get that exercise when I cut the grass. But man, I hate raking leaves. I really, really hate raking leaves, especially like on a windy day. I hate raking leaves, so I'm going to use that leaf blower every single time. I'm always going to look for the next better tool too. On my, I don't edge my yard or anything, but I'm going to look for a better mower, and mowers. I'll get a better mower and something a little better for the environment. I don't want to just burn gas and oil. I do enough of that. I'm not doing any more hell pits. I'll stop that.
Yeah,
I feel shamed about that now. It's so much fun.
It is fun.
Really
A fire.
So much fun.
From a fire pit.
White hot.
Just throwing things in it.
Oh yeah. Burns so fast.
Just staring at it. You can find yourself lost in it.
I do. I just I'll be throwing logs on and just
lost in the eyes of the flames,
Yeah. And it is that white hot heat. It's great. And then you find yourself like turning the air up. Is my clown down for leaf blowers? Yes, it is. I think they're awesome, and I'll never not use them.
I'd say my clown is down is that I love my leaf blower. I'll continue to use it. use pick which 4 I need for the job.
Maybe 2. Maybe you could double wield them. You got 2 hands. You could
I had the little battery operated tiny one in my left holster.
Like spin.
Had the backpack blower on one arm.
Do it like John Wick style, but it's landscape.
That would be funny. That would be so funny. I might have to do that. Just stand out there. That would be good. Why? What is he doing?
What? None of your business. Then you could read about yourself on Nextdoor. That's the dream right there. Is to read about yourself on Nextdoor.
He had 2 going at one time.
You're damn right he did, man. This is sorry. I thought this was America.
No, that was America.
I think you should do that. I think you should get out there.
I think I will.
Definitely run 2 leaf blowers at one time. Don't tell your wife either. Just get out there and start doing it. See what happens. See her staring disapprovingly out the window, just like drinking coffee, watching you, staring disapprovingly as you're in the front yard with 2 double wielding leaf blowers, just shaking her head, just in not angry, just disappointed. You think we're wrong, or you think our clown should not have been down, let us know why. Let us know why we're wrong, or you think we're wrong, because remember, these are our opinions.
That's right.
Oh, everything hurts.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. It all hurts. Everything hurts.